Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Israel Brief, brought to you by Lay of the Land. I'm Rivlin, your host, with today's top stories. We begin by saying Vive la France. Why are we saying that? Because it was announced that yesterday in the French lower parliament, parliamentarians by 154 to 74 voted in favor of accepting the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance's definition of anti-Semitism, which equates anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism. It is a major step forward in the fight against growing anti-Semitism, and by recognizing that anti-Zionism equals anti-Semitism, it is saying that attacks on Jewish people by virtue of saying that Jewish people have no right to organize themselves politically and call it Zionism, or that Israel has no right to exist, or the movement BDS that votes to or moves to boycott, divest and sanction the state of Israel with the aim of wiping Israel off the map through existential means, is anti-Semitism. This is a significant victory and was lauded by Israel's Foreign Minister Israel Katz, who said that this is a significant victory in the fight against anti-Semitism. It was also announced earlier today that France will establish an anti-hate crime unit to deal with rising crime against minority communities, and one of the communities that really has been a target is France's Jewish community. Yesterday, just outside Strasbourg, 171 Jewish graves were desecrated with various symbols. And one of the first things that the anti-hate crime unit will deal with is tackling rising anti-Semitism and acts against Jewish citizens. And it's more good news as far as voting is concerned. Yesterday, in a historical first, 11 European Union countries, plus Brazil and Colombia, voted against an anti-Israel resolution at the United Nations. Now, the United Nations is usually a hotbed of anti-Israel resolutions and activity, and this annual resolution that has been voted since 1977, which is the division of Palestinian rights, which basically creates an emphasis on the Palestinian narrative in the UN Secretariat as opposed to the Israeli narrative, is perhaps a signal that things or trends are starting to turn at the United Nations, and countries don't want to be pitted against the Jewish state anymore. So, Netanyahu, in one of his landmark speeches to the United Nations a few years ago, said that he believes there will come a time when the winds of change will blow through the United Nations. And while it's still early days to predict this, yesterday's voting was hugely significant, and Foreign Minister Israel Katz also lauded that as well, saying it is these countries have moral clarity when it comes to anti-Israel resolutions. And sadly to say that I can't give a hat trick on great voting, because we still don't have a government. Yesterday at broadcast, I thought maybe I would give you some good news today. But 45 minutes into their meeting yesterday, Benny Gantz and Benjamin Netanyahu basically just gave up and ended the meeting. And today, President Rivlin weighed in on it, and he tore into them both quite heavily. He said, the two of you have not slept in 2 months. Do you want to go crazy? He says, go crazy by all means, but don't drag the nation down with you. So those very strong words from the president, who I'm sure is just as frustrated as the rest of us are that we haven't made significant strides towards forming a government. And now, with just under a week to go, if anyone has a Hanukkah miracle that they would like to give us, please do. Otherwise, we are headed to the polls on the 25th of February. Those are the top stories making headlines, but also making headlines is our awesome content, and you can check it out on our website at www.layoftheland.online. Check out Dave Kaplan's article that looks at 9 groundbreaking Israeli technologies that have made Time Magazine's top 100. And also, as anti-Semitism rises around the world, so too is the clarion call for all of us, Jews and our allies, to stand up and take a significant stand. And we can all do that by making sure that we share news briefs just like this one, or content that informs the masses about the reality on the ground in Israel. And you can do that by joining our Facebook community. Simply look for @LuttleSite. You can look out for a logo that looks a little bit like this. Like us, follow us. Please don't forget to share our content. It's all original. We try to update daily with original content. If you are a writer, please contact us via Facebook or our website, and we will be happy to publish your content. And we also have a YouTube channel, very, very significant in helping to get Israel's narrative out there. It is the Israel Brief. And all you need to do is click on the subscribe button, and you'll be notified every time we post a brief just like this one. And you can share that with your friends, with your followers, and let us help get the Israeli narrative out to the world. So with the Wednesday edition of the Israel Brief, I'm Rivlin, and we'll chat again tomorrow.